Oh, check this out. It's like Star Wars. Anyway, welcome to Tonepriest. We just built the HIWATT DR504 clone using the Mojotone kit. And one of my Patreon supporters was like, hey, you're going to need a head cabinet for that. Do you want me to build one for you? And he sent some pictures of ones that he builds, and he does wonderful, beautiful work. I was like, hell yeah, hook it up. So this package arrived today at my job, and judging by the Virgin Mojotone tape, I think he may have gone another route. But we won't know until we open it up, so let's open it up. Hang tight. Alright, can you fellas see that? I know the lighting's going to be crap, but you'll get over it. Alright, we need a knife. Where's the little one? This is the little one I want. Can't find it. Alright, we'll use this one. Not too big, not too small. Kind of a Goldilocks tool. At least that's what I told the cop. He's like, why are you carrying a weapon? And I was like, it's not a weapon. It's a tool. Fortunately, I never leave home without enough cash on me to bail myself out of jail. And here we are. What do we got inside? We have some very nice styrofoam packing, which has a plastic wrapper seal on it. Oh, Danny. Oh, Danny. Please believe me. Oh, God, it's terrible. How are we going to do this? Ugh. Boom. There she is. Boom. There she is. I believe this is the matching Mojotone cabinet for the HIWATT amp kits that they offer for you to build. Wow, these are not inexpensive. I almost feel like I can't accept this, but I will accept it on one condition, and that condition will be revealed hopefully shortly. Let me take the condom off and we'll take a look at this. Hang tight. Guys, where am I going to hide this box? The Tone Nun is never going to believe that I didn't buy this thing. Oh, Jesus, I'm in a lot of trouble. All right. Smells like a Home Depot. Made from real lumber. How did Mojotone do? First indications, this seems absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a closer look. The Tolex is real nice. It's down and connected to the wood. Glued to the wood nice and tight. It's not bubbly, it's real smooth. It's straight, parallel, perpendicular. Piping is perfect. It's straight. It's not bumpy at all. This handle is super sexy. Can you see that? Get a really nice chrome shininess to it. Seems nice and stout. Let's check out the front here. The corners, this is tricky. Yeah, the piping is fantastic, but as good as it gets. This is beautiful. This is way better than I could do. That's for damn sure. Corners are really hard to do around these rounded corners. It's really hard to Tolex. A lot of times you get like an exposed triangle right at the inside, and that is not the case. Yeah, this is really, really nice. Let's flip her over, around anyway. We got this nice vent made from, appears to be painted, whatever this is called, serrated sheet metal stuff. Looks like we're doing wood screws straight into wood. We need some dress washers. Make it look spiffy. That's not a problem. We got those. We'll spiff her up a bit. The back door is half an inch, maybe? Oh, we got measuring devices. Let's take a look. What do we got here? 3/8? 3/8. 3/8 back door. The cabinet itself is probably half inch. Painted on the inside. Let's tear off the back door and take a look. Oh, what the hell, dude? All the cool kids are constantly harping on using number 3 Phillips head on your amplifier cabinets so you don't strip out the screws. It doesn't fit. What do they know? There we go. Alright, you don't need to watch this. Hang tight. Alright, we took the back door off. Came right out. It wasn't like stuck to anything. Sometimes when these guys make cabinets, not these guys, but companies make cabinets, they assemble it and paint's still a little bit wet, or, you know, it's basically a perfect fit. Smooth. It's not like the Tolex. When I make back doors, you kind of gotta bang it in a little bit to make it fit. It's like a perfect fit. The screws, or the screw holes, were plumb with each other, and they're even and everything, so it's not like they just blasted in the screws at 4 random spots. It seems like it was very intentional where they put them. And they were plumb with each other, and they were all screwed in straight. You know, none went in cockeyed or anything like that.
Damn your eyes! Too late.
That comes right out. Let's see here. Stapled. That's fine. That's par for the course. Let's see here. The corners of the Tolex. Perfect. No overlap and no gap. I mean, whoever did the Tolexing on this, definitely not their first rodeo. And then the corner goes all the way to the back. Sometimes this is like my Achilles heel right here. There'll be like a gap right there. In my experience when I do it, unless I'm really lucky. Yeah, definitely not their first rodeo. This is about as good as you can get it. So that's the back door. Inside is painted. No shielding on the bottom. So we'll get some, what do they call it? Siding, sheeting. I forget what it's called. Aluminum sheeting that you can get it wherever, Harbor Freight or Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. And we'll put a shield down here. And then I'll lock in electrically all the components from the inside of the amp chassis and help keep it all nice and quiet. What do we got over here? Got some information. Inspected by JJ. Dynamite! 126. Oh, this is just made. Holy crap. Nice. Oh, what's this? JJ, you left us a staple. Blasted one in and you left it in there, you son of a gun. Return it. Send it back. Do it right. Alright, here's the inside. Huh, that's interesting. That is interesting how they did the corner there. I gotta think about that. Putting Tolex on cabinets is a bit of origami. And it seems like they're definitely using... Oh, you know why? That's how they don't get that gap right there in the corner. They got this cutout piece right here. Seems like they made a cut like this, but left. That's clever. Very nice. And they don't have glue, excess glue all over the place. I mean, there is a little bit of overlap or overrun of the glue, but there's no way to get around that. It's not peeling up anyway. This thing is beautiful. Yeah, so there you go. What else is there to say? Nuts hurts, perfect. That's how I do it. Wow, this is absolutely beautiful. I guess we can look at the feet on the bottom. Yep, nice big, tall rubber feet. The rubber's not too hard, not too soft. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, good, and the holes are here. Thank God. I would have screwed that up for sure. Wow, this thing, yeah. I mean, the prices for these are not inexpensive, that's for damn sure. But Mojotone's prices are about comparable with, you know, all the other cabinet makers out there, and other than nothing, there's nothing to complain about this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Wowee. Thank you, Danny. I will repay this in kind. What does this say? Anything important? TSA Title 6 compliant. Oh, thank God. That's important. Handmade in the USA. America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! That's important. We like that. Hell yeah, dudes. Alright, let's, the only thing I would have liked to have, but it's extra money, is the, I guess I can't stick a HIWATT badge in with this, because that's kind of not like copyright infringement or trademark infringement. But if it did have a badge, I would have flipped it around and put my own badge on there. But we'll concoct something. I got a name for this thing already. All right, let's pop the amp in here. See how it fits. All right, so I recycled these little containers that came with the amp kit, and I got capacitors in this one and a bunch of hardware in that one, which means I moved the chassis mounting screws and put them someplace where I wouldn't lose them, and I haven't the foggiest idea where I put them. Pretty sure they're just 1032s. Well, I guess we're going to find out in a second. I have no earthly idea where I put those damn screws. I'm sure I packaged them up neatly in a little plastic bag and put that plastic bag somewhere. I just don't know where. Well, looking for them, though, I did find a bunch of other stuff that I've been looking for. You know, power resistor and, 312 AX7s. Those are handy. $100 bill. Yeah, it's good to have. So we're probably going to have to order some screws. I have one 1032, I think, that's long enough. If that's the right thread that I'm looking for. Alright, fellas. It is the next day. We got some quality Chinese goods here. Oh, God. Tonepriest is tired. Tonepriest works hard. Looked around all over the place for the chassis screws that came with the kit, and I couldn't find them. How the hell does this operate? Oh, here we go. I did find a bunch of other stuff, though, that I've been missing for a long time, so all in all, it was a worthwhile endeavor. So, the bottom of the cabinet is 3/4 of an inch. The chassis takes number 1032 machine screws to hold it down. So I got 1.5 inch screws, machine screws. You see all that? And if these are too long, we can use our little screw snipper. Shorten them up a bit. But I mean, is it ever really too long?
That's what she said.
Ladies. I also got some number 10 by 1 inch stainless steel black anodized fender washers. And this will help distribute the weight so we don't blow out our holes.
Delivery's all wrong, butchering it.
Oh, this is going downhill quick. And last but not least, in this box here, cha-cha! We got some aluminum flashing. 10 inches wide by 10 feet, I think. It's like 15 bucks. And we're going to put this on the bottom surface of the cabinet. And this will match up with the metal of the chassis and create like a Faraday cage. to help elimination interference and noise. All right, let me get this all torn apart, and then we'll put it all together. All right, we have our flashing down on the bench with our amp chassis, and as I was rolling this out, I was thinking probably should have made some measurements before I selected this one. Circle back to the being tired part, but we nailed it. It's perfect. It's gonna have to be flush up front, but hopefully there's enough room in the chassis in the back so we don't have to make a horizontal cut, but we will do what we have to do. All right, so I'm gonna mark where we're gonna cut this thing, and then we'll cut it. Cut. All right, fellas, can you see all that? It's probably gonna be a little tricky because this is so shiny. All right, we have our line where we need to make a cut. We have a straight edge, and I have it on very good authority that all we need to do is score this once or twice, and that should do the trick. A couple of pieces of cardboard underneath us. Oh yeah. That's a cool sound. Oh, hell yeah, dudes. Oh, piece of cake. Alright, let's do it again. You still see all that? Nope. Nope. Cameraman. Get in frame. It's not the thickest stuff in the world. But it's, yeah, I mean, it's about perfect, you know? Easy to work with. Durable. And, yeah, what else is there to say? Does the job. Alright, here we go. Number 2. Bend it backwards. Nice. Nice. Wonderful. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. I'll put the Amazon affiliate links down below in the description in case you want to buy flashing or screws or washers. And then maybe I'll make 3 cents. All right, let's stick it in. That's a hell of a camera angle right there. All right, so the flashing has a bit of a curl to it because it came in a tube-shaped thing. So we taped it down as best we could. I think we're going to start in the middle and work our way out so we can try and get it flat. And I don't want to use a ton of staples, but we'll do what we have to do. Industrial stapler here. And let's give it a couple of blasts and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Put one over here. There you go, that one's better. You really make sure it's flattened down. Oh, nice like. How do we do? You guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. There you go, nice and flat. It's not going anywhere. And plus it's going to be squeezed. The screws are going to squeeze the chassis on top of it. Speaking of screws and squeezing, the screw holes in the cabinet, they've been kind of punched out. The Tolex has been punched out on the bottom, but it has not on the inside. So in order to use those screw holes, you kind of got to, I guess, drill out the Tolex. But we're going to have to drill through this flashing anyway. But before, if you're not even if you're not using the flashing, before you poke a screw through the bottom, make sure, you know, all the Tolex has been cut out of the way or drilled out of the way or something. Otherwise, you'll just peel up the stuff on this side when the screw pokes through. So we're going to grab our drill. Drill 4 holes in the flashing and through the Tolex. And then we'll be almost done. Here we go. Alright, yeah, this is what I was talking about. So Mojotone has already poked a hole in the Tolex on the bottom side, but that hole in the Tolex doesn't go all the way through. So, you know, ream it out. Alright, number 10 machine screws. Means we're using a 3/16 drill bit. And I hope this doesn't make a huge mess here. Shouldn't. Just go right through. Hopefully I don't drill through my friggin' finger. Oh yeah, piece of cake. We're gonna have to deburr that. For sure. I'm gonna have to deburr my finger, I think, if we're not careful. Alright, that's done. Put this away. Obviously, we're cutting through metal, and then we're putting chassis with electrical crap in here, so we're going to have to do the best we can to get rid of any metal chips or anything like that, so we don't short out 500 volts of high-tension DC electricity. Alright, can you see all this? How's the lighting? So, we got a little bit of a blowout on the flashing here. So what I am hoping is, how's that camera angle? We have our reaming tool, well worth the money. I'll put this down in the description as well. If you don't have one of these and you do stuff like this, this will change your life. I just found the blades. When I was looking for the screws, I found the all the spare blades, and it's a nice freshie. So I'm hoping this will work well. Let's find out. Oh, come on. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it works good enough. Yeah, there you go. You want to start. You don't want to press down too hard doing this flashing. Just nice and easy, and it'll all cut off eventually. There you go. A little more. Yeah. Alright, not the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll do. You see that? Nah, you can't see shit. Alright, I'm going to make sure I got all the chips out of here, and then we'll wrap this sucker up. Alright, we're doing one last thing before we mount the chassis in the cabinet. We are checking to see what is on the other side of the screws to make sure that the screw isn't going to screw into something bad like wires or whatever. And we can see that this one here, if the screw goes down too deep, it's going to hit the input jacks. Alright, so what I think we're going to do here is put it in the chassis, and I'll screw it until we can't screw it anymore, and then see how much is sticking out, and then we'll put it in our screw shortener and clip off that amount plus a teeny tiny bit more, and that should be fine. I think all the other screws should be fine no matter how big they are. This one we'll know if it bottoms out, and then we'll have to adjust it, but yeah, I think we'll be all set on these other ones. But that one there where the input jacks are, we'll do what I said we're gonna do. Alright, can you see that? That's how much the screw sticks out when it hits the jack. So we're gonna clip off that much plus a teeny tiny bit more. So I think probably what did we buy, 1.5 inch? So probably, yeah, 1 inch screws would have been perfect. So let me get our screw shortener here. And I've shown this before, but I will show you again. We're going to use these little threaded holes right here in this sucker right here. We'll shorten that screw. All right, where is our screw? Oh, we got a screw loose. Get him back. All right, so these are 1032s. Screw this sucker in. I want to take this 1.5 inch screw and basically turn it into a 1 inch screw, or 25.4 millimeters. And you can't go to the part of the screw that's sticking out. It cuts, you know, here, not here. So right about there. And number 10s can be a little tough. Number 10 stainless, you got to get your gription strong. I don't know. Oh yeah. Step into a Slim Jim. Ooh. Mother. Ooh. Come on. You can do it.
6.5 hours later.
Maybe we can't. Might be drumming it.
I ain't got no dignity, no I don't.
Oh my god, guys. These are some tough screws. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, so I shut you off. But we did it. We did it. And then you want to screw it in and out a little bit in the thread here to kind of make the pointy end of the screw know that it's a screw. And so you'll have no resistance when you actually screw it in for real. Holy smokes. These are some serious friggin' screws. Alright, thank God. I think that's the only one I'm going to have to do. Moving on. And don't forget your fender washer. That will help spread the weight around, like we talked about before. Hang tight. There you go, fellas. There they are. Chassis is nice and secure. I only had to shorten that one screw. All the rest fit in there nicely. As far as I can tell, that may change once we energize this thing. We have one... Oh, God. Now we have one last thing to do before we call this sucker done. Alright, we need to put the back door on. And it still fits in there perfectly. And the way Mojotone is secure in the back door is just with a wood screw going into the wood. So what we're going to do is spiff it up a little bit. We have these nice dress washers. And if you look at the back, they're like a cup. So if we just screw this down like that, this will act like a cookie cutter and cut circles in your Tolex, so we don't want that. And for this particular size dress washer, a potentiometer washer, like an alpha 16 millimeter potentiometer washer, is about perfect. We'll put that behind there. Can you see that? You know what I'm doing. I don't need to show you. Put one of those washers behind the dress washer. And that's all there is to it. Get this guy in there. There we go. Make sure that flat washer is nice and centered so it is not unsightly. Right about there. Down a little bit. Oh, nailed it. Perfect. Not too tight, not too loose. And there you go. Oh, I can't see. The viewfinder's on the other side. You guys see that? Alright, 3 more, and then we're done. There you go, fellas. Look at that. She's beautiful. Hell yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks like a real deal HIWATT. Plays like one too. So do we like the Mojotone cabinet? Absolutely. I without hesitation recommend this cabinet if you need something like this. Not being paid or anything like that. No one would pay me. I mean, I would recommend you build one yourself if you are able to, but if you're not able to, then yeah, absolutely. This sucker is just about perfect, other than those little odds and ends that we did. What else was there? I was reading the marketing material online earlier today, and I guess it's void-free birch wood, and it's finger jointed. And I looked on the inside on the seams, and this seam over here, or it's backwards, probably this one here. It's not perfectly tight, like, you know, the wood's completely matching perfectly. There's like a 20 thousandths gap between the finger joints, so I could tell that, yes, this is actually finger jointed. But the other three seams were perfectly, you know, flush with each other. It's just a little tiny thing. I mean, it's not a problem. It just is what it is. It's finger joining wood. It's really hard to get it exactly perfect, so we're not knocking them on that, but I was able to see the finger joints. So birch finger jointed, it's beautiful. Not cheap, but, you know, good ones really aren't, no matter what you do. The cabinets are a big chunk of the expense of these amplifiers that we all love. Does it still work? Rock on and prosper. Thanks, guys.
Done.